Our mini lecture today is on Module 8 on sleep, dreams, and body rhythms. This is a subject that many teenagers absolutely love, and you probably do too. And if your alarm goes off at 6:05 in the morning, which probably some people's doesn't, my former students before said, well, granted, school started at 8:20, and they said their alarm didn't go off to 7:50 or 8 o'clock. I'm like, I have no idea how you even get up and function that quickly. But anyway, and friends of mine in college, their same thing. They had 8 o'clock classes. That alarm went off at 7:45. They were in their pajamas in school at 8 o'clock. And I'm thinking, oh my, I'm one who gets up early. But necessarily, do I look like that yawning in the morning? No. Okay. But we're going to be looking at sleep, dreams, and body rhythms in our mini lecture today. Now, what is consciousness? This is what you are right now. You are obviously paying attention to this. You clicked on this link either because you found it on YouTube or you were told you had to watch this. I'm thinking it's actually probably the latter. But anyway, this is awareness of yourself and your environment. You know that you were sitting in front of a computer. You know that you were watching this video. Okay, that's consciousness. You are aware of what's around you. Now, our bodies, though, are not always conscious. We're not always aware of our surroundings, and that's because we go through different rhythms of the day. And mainly when we're not aware of what's going on is when we are asleep. But biological rhythms, we have three main categories: circadian, ultradian, and infradian rhythms. All these affect our biological functions and what we do. So circadian rhythms occur every 24 hours. This is your sleep cycle, your sleep-wake cycle, your eating cycle. But this happens every 24 hours. You drink water every 24 hours. You eat every 24 hours. You at least sleep every 24 hours. Ultradian rhythms occur more than once each day. You have different stages of sleep, okay, that occur. You also eat multiple meals throughout the day. Infradian is biological rhythms that occur once a month or a season. An example of this is like the moon. Full moon actually happens once a month, and you'll see it. If you look into the night sky, you'll see the moon changing stages. All three of these rhythms act together to help the human body function, but what you need is sleep. And if you're deprived of sleep, it's not necessarily good. Sleep deprivation causes your immune system not to function. You need to have sleep to get your immune system to function. People who do not get as much sleep do get sick periodically. You also have safety and accident issues, people getting into wrecks on the way to work, or people not performing well on the job and stuff if they are tired and don't have enough sleep. And finally, you have hypertension and impaired concentration, irritability. If people do not get sleep, they are irritable. So why do we sleep? What are the main reasons we sleep? Okay, well, the two main reasons: preservation and restoration. Back in the old days, you would have heard, keep us protected from the dangers of the night. Well, that's why you sleep, because you can't see anything at night really outside unless you've got a bright flashlight. And really, you should not be outside at night anyway, because you don't have natural sunlight to be able to see. Also, you want to be protected from those dangers. And secondly, restoration, recoup from the wear and tear of the day. Our body is positioned where if it is dark outside, we go to sleep and we want to fall asleep. Melatonin is a hormone that regulates that biological rhythm. To tell us, melatonin increases when it's nighttime and decreases with exposure to morning light. This is what puts us into that sleep. Also, food has a bit of melatonin in it. How many of you after Thanksgiving meals have gone or wanted to fall directly asleep because you've eaten a lot too? Turkey has a higher level of melatonin than most foods do. That's why you actually want to go to sleep after you eat a Thanksgiving meal. So there are a few stages of sleep that we're going to talk about here in our mini lecture. And we're going to look at sleep stages, REM sleep, and dreaming and what we do. So to actually look at these, we're going to look at, first off, we need to look at an EEG. Now, we actually learned about this in the mini lecture for Module 5 about the brain, but Electroencephalograph is an EEG scan. This is what records waves of sleep that go across the brain's surface. You put the electrodes, as you can see on this guy's face, to measure wavelengths. So what does that look like? All right, for an EEG, you have left eye movements, right eye movements, and muscle tension and brain waves. All these are observed, and this is what it would actually looks like. So when you're alert, your wavelengths are shorter together. When you're relaxed, it's more far apart. Okay, as we can see, in the top is alert and the bottom is relaxed. So stage 1 sleep is when you have breathing is slowed down, brain waves become irregular, and it doesn't last about like 5 minutes. It's like a cat nap. Or how many of your parents have quickly closed their eyes and they all of a sudden woke up and you're looking at them and saying, did you enjoy your nap? And they're like, I wasn't sleeping. Well, that's stage 1. They are going to insist they were not asleep. Okay. And it's very short. Stage 2 lasts about 20 minutes. This is when you go fully asleep. Okay. And stage 3 is through stage 4. This is about 30 minutes. You get a rejuvenation of what's going on. So stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3 are going to a full sleep. These are non-REM cycles, non-rapid eye movement. REM stands for rapid eye movement. Right? So those are the process of falling asleep. And then you have rapid eye movement. Okay, rapid eye movement is which dreams occur. This is your deep sleep. Okay, eyes move quickly back and forth. You don't see, you don't know they're moving, but your eyes move during rapid eye movement sleep. And this is where your dreams occur. So, as you can see with stage sleep throughout our lifetime, this is where it goes down. As you can see, a baby, a newborn that is 1 to probably a couple days old, will sleep 16 hours a day. Now you may say, gosh, I wish I could sleep 16 hours. But do babies sleep that whole 16 hours? No, they don't sleep straight through and wake up for about, well, they're 24 hours in a day. They are not awake for 8 hours. Okay. Yes, 24. So it would be 8 hours. They're not just wide awake for 8 hours and then go to sleep for 16. It's not how it works, okay? But as you can see, your sleep goes down over time. And when you're 90 years old, you really only get about 5 hours of sleep at night. That's all. And a lot of older people don't sleep a lot. They get up at the crack of dawn and go to bed late too. My grandparents were that way. I remember staying with them and getting up and it was pitch black dark outside. And they would take naps during the day too. You had that. My dad's mom would stay awake till about 10, 11, midnight sometimes, and I had to get up at 6. It was when she was in the assisted living home. But these things occur. It goes down through. And I'll never forget, too, going to church on Sunday mornings. I go to the 8:30 in the morning service. And all the elderly people would come, and the older ladies would have the hair all done up, nice outfits on, everything. And I'm thinking, it's 8:30. Oh, and by the way, did I tell you, they were in the pew by 8 o'clock. So I'm going, my gosh, why in the world would they be up this early? Here, I'm coming in when the bells are ringing at the church about to start. But anyway, I'm like, well, wait a minute. They don't sleep. They get up at like 5 in the morning anyway, so they go ahead and get ready and come on to church. So why do we dream? What is the point of dream during REM sleep? Well, dreams serve, basically, we sort and sift through the day's experience. Some people actually dream about what they experienced during that day or something they thought of. Okay, but REM, also, research is showing that it deals with memory storage and how memory works. So you've got a couple of theories here. And again, we need to remember these are all theories on why we sleep and why we dream. So activation synthesis theory is a dream's attempt to make sense of random neural firings in the brain as one sleeps. So module 4, we learned about neurons and how it works. So your brain randomly fires neurons, so it's trying to make sense of them. Some dreams you might be like, okay, that had nothing to do with a dang thing from the day. Cognitive development theory is where you have a maturation process. You're maturing, you're growing, especially in teenagers. And dreams reflect our knowledge and normal cognitive development. Now, there are disorders that are out there with sleep. Okay, insomnia is one of them, falling asleep or staying asleep. And basically this is where you have a hard time going to sleep. People cure this by pills. Sometimes that worsens the problem. Alcohol is not good. That worsens the problem. By the way, alcohol will keep you awake, will not help you go to sleep. And sometimes people don't necessarily know how long it takes you to go to sleep. Sleep apnea is where you have temporary, you stop breathing during sleep. You have to actually have a machine, a CPAP machine like this guy here that we see in the picture. Sleep apnea is where you stop breathing in the middle of your sleep, and you have to have this machine to keep you breathing. Okay. And narcolepsy is where you have sleep attacks. Basically, you all of a sudden fall asleep during the middle of the day. You have no reason why you fall asleep during the middle of the day. It just happens, and sometimes at most inopportune times. I'll never forget a former student of mine was going to the bathroom one time during class change, held books for his girlfriend out in the hallway while she went to the bathroom, waited there, and had narcolepsy and fell right asleep in the hallway. Books were everywhere. Just fell down and fell asleep. And you just fall asleep. That's narcolepsy. Okay. Somnambulism is where you sleepwalk. Okay, you walk or talk. I slept talk. Okay, my parents told me I did. Somnambulism, people walking too. Some people wake up and have no idea they even did these things. My parents told me one time that I said, I don't know which way to go. Well, I actually don't even remember even dreaming about needing directions or anything like that. But that's what they said. I don't know which way to go. When I was in college, our quarterback was in my dorm. And at one night, it was really loud outside. Didn't know, and kept hearing a thump against the doors. And it was probably 1 or 2 in the morning. And all of a sudden, everybody started going out in the hallway. Here's the quarterback in his boxer shorts. Fell fast asleep. And had no idea. He was there doing certain football plays and stuff in the middle of the night. We asked him about it next morning, and he said, what? He just went back to sleep. Had no idea this had even happened. He was actually a sleepwalker. Okay? And night terrors. This is where you have high arousal and appearance of being terrified. Where you sleep, and then you actually have times where you don't sleep, you're terrified, and then you actually don't remember some of these things the next day. But these are night terrors, nightmares and stuff, and sometimes you'll wake up sweaty from them, perspiring, and then this also is what the jolt is in the bed. When you are asleep, you may jolt. Okay? And that is our mini lecture on sleep, dreams, and body rhythms.